aircraft such as the Me-262 medium tank that was used in the mid-World War II. The Army upgraded the original M4A1 with a better bulkier turret and better hull, thus making the variants Jumbo and 76.
You are about to embark upon a great crusade, toward which we have strived these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. Unquote.
Hey, welcome to part 3, or I should say, final part of your War Thunder journey. Right about now, you all should already know how War Thunder is and what it's all about. It's been 200 plus days and you are still alive and thriving. I'm proud of all of you, but still, watch out for any F-3 Corsairs gunning you down from above. Speaking of planes, we're gonna play the World War II version of Duck Hunt. Meet the Ostwind. You guys remember from part 1, right? The role of this tank is to take out any enemy aircraft from the battlefield. Nothing must escape. Say hello to the first victim of the day. This is the P-40E Warhawk. The P-40E Warhawk is an American fighter plane that was made in early World War II. It did very good in performance, but was replaced by the P-51. And I think when I recorded this I was frustrated, because I kept shooting at the dead P-40E carcass. I smell a flying American. Tango down. The Vought F-3 for Corsair is a naval American fighter plane that was very successful in World War II naval battles. Naval means that this plane could land on these large boat-scaled aircraft carriers. These boats were designed to be a big runway on water so that planes could be ready to be released for battle on time, like for battles like Pearl Harbor. All 3 Americans down. Okay, enough of the World War II tanks. Let's talk about the Cold War ones. You guys remember the Jagdpanzer, right? This is the evolved version. Now bear with me here, this is kind of hard to pronounce. This is the Canada Jagdpanzer for -5. The Canada Jagdpanzer was a German Cold War tank destroyer. Its design was very similar to that of the World War II Jagdpanzer IV. This one was much more better, but had less stronger armor and was much more faster, plus a very powerful gun. Don't worry, it's just a fake decoy.
Oh no! From where?
An American tank. Typical.
Defend the A-point!
It looks like a T-34.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
The T-34 is a... No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, sorry about that.
The T-34 heavy tank is an American heavy tank that played a decent role in the Vietnam War. It wasn't very noticeable since the Bulldog was Grispingle of the fame. This idiot is letting me repair.
The victory is near.
I'm going to shoot him. Why didn't he just finish me off?
Attention to the map!
This is the evolved version of the Ostwind 2. That one next to me is the beginning stage of the evolution stage, the Wurblewide. This thing shoots 250 rounds per minute. That's pretty scary. The rounds travel pretty fast. Oh, that was a very expensive plane I just shot down. The F-8F-1 Bearcat is an American naval fighter plane that was used in World War II. The reason this plane is expensive is because it wasn't very produced as much. Usually, they produced F-6F planes, since they were much more easier to make.
Grid square! Attention to the map!
I started panicking as soon as I saw this in the distance. The Handley Page Halifax is a British World War II bomber that carried a big decent amount of tons of bombs. I literally thought it would drop bombs on me.
The strategic zones are captured.
Holy. I almost died. I'm surprised that I haven't taught you all about the Spitfire. The Supermarine Spitfire is an agile British fighter that put Axis pilots through hell. This thing took such sharp turns that it was almost impossible to kill. The plane has a very decent rate of climb, large wings that made it turn quickly, and plus the plane was so lightweight. This is the Bf-109G6. It's basically a Bf-109, but with these powerful cannons that sound dangerous. Bye-bye Spitfire.
Well done.
Oh wow, let me show you guys this plane right here.
Destroy the target.
This is the A-21A3, or also called SAAB-21. It's not very known what time era this plane was used, but it's a Swedish plane that was made in about the late 1950s. Okay, so check this out. For 100,000 plus IQ play. I have more speed than the P-51, and a better turn time. I can just shake him off with easy off at that point. Next I go back down to cancel the target and to get more speed to get the other P-51. For some reason the P-51 turns in my direction, leading for him to dodge it in front of my nose. Done. Next target. I do a head-on with this A6M3 who didn't even see me, so I got the kill on that. I bust a U-turn to interfere with this Ki-96. Just like that, I killed one American plane into Japanese planes. Meet the La-7. The Lavochkin La-7 is a Soviet fighter plane that was used in World War II. It wasn't very mass-produced, but it was still known. Very similar to the Yakovlev planes, it was very fast and maneuverable. This is the Yakovlev Yak-1. The Yakovlev Yak-1 was the first Yak made. It's a single-seated plane that is made out of wood and composite structure. It's a World War II Soviet plane that was armed with Semevry vicious cannons, the same cannons that are on the La-7. Dropping bombs to engage in dogfights. Watch out for that.
Have captured a zone.
Dodging. I'm trying to get a shot on this Lafayette.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Going up. Watch out for the background planes. That was definitely a BF-109. I got a terrible head-on with that plane. Hopefully it won't happen again. The BF-109 is down.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
This Lafayette is putting up a fight. I'm gonna go up again to get an energy shot. Okay, great, he's running away. I might can win this.
Stuka? We got him! You all remember the P-40E Warhawk? This is the French domesticated version of it. The P-40 F5 Lafayette is a French domesticated American P-40E. There's nothing much about it, but it's definitely useful. This is the PT-76. The PT-76 is a Soviet amphibious tank that fought in the Vietnam War. Amphibious means that it could float on water and could fight on land. It also used night vision and had a smoke screen that it could use to prevent bombing runs.
Attack enemy troops!
If that shell hit, I would have been so mad.
Allied forces have captured
That right there is a Panther D.
One of the most iconic World War II tanks. The Panther D was a German tank that was partnered by the Tiger. It's called the Panzer V because it was the previous version of the Panzer VI, which is the Tiger.
Attention to the map. We're ahead of the enemy.
captured the base.
Okay, everyone, meet the IS-2.
The IS-2 is a Soviet heavy tank that had the most violent, disgusting gun. It was armed with an 85mm gun and a not-so-good machine gun. Its reload time is kind of bad, but it still did a good job. Number 5.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Watch how these AP rounds pierce armor. Saw that? The tank absorbed the shock of that round. Tiger down. That tickles. It's another Tiger. I have to back up because of my reload speed.
No, please.
German scum.
Just a normal tiger minding his business. La-di-da-di-dum.
Poor guy.
Victory is close.
Ooh, I've been waiting for this one. Jagdpanther is a German tank destroyer that was used in World War II. It was an alternative of the Jagdpanzer IV, but they wanted to give it a lower chance of getting destroyed, so they gave it a slopped frontal plate. It's armed with the same cannon the Tiger II uses. This is the Stridsvagn M31. Sweden played a neutral role in World War II, meaning they didn't do anything the entire war, but they still had to prepare just in case if any countries wanted to attack or take land from them. The M31 is a Swedish light tank that was inspired by the Soviet BD-7. It was very quick and had powerful rounds for enemy tanks.
The enemy has captured most of the strategic zones.
That's the BT-7.
If we don't do something fast,
Tried to run
the
away
enemy
from
will
me.
win.
Oh no, I gotta help him repair.
Thank you.
You hear that siren? That's the sound of a Stuka.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I hear an enemy. Oh my gosh! I got a flank.
Enemy equipment! Counterattack!
Where did he come from? Oh no! I'm dead. The Su-122 was a Soviet self-propelled howitzer or assault gun used during World War II. The number 122 in the name represents the caliber of the gun, a 122mm M30S howitzer. The chassis was that of the T-34. Here's our first jet in the series. The Heinkel He-160 Salamander is a Germanjet prototype that was about to get into mass production, but suffered some mechanical issues. Even though there was a decent 370 produced, it wasn't very much used. The World War II jet was made completely out of wood and used for MG-131 cannons. Since this is a jet, it isn't very maneuverable, but it's very fast, so I have to use kinetic energy.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
I'm gonna dive on this hill too. See what I mean? Saw how fast it took me to go back up. Took his tail off. What the? I have to save this can from the P-51. Oh no, he's coming back. I have to dodge those 50 cals.
Affirmative!
This is the M40-101 Bulldog. It's nothing special really, it's just a M24 with a better gun.
Attention to the map!
It's a M24. Dodge! The engine! Ouch! What's that sound? Now that could have killed me. Who's there?
Relax, dude, it's just me.
Oh. This is the final dogfight you guys will see. save this Spitfire.